my hosting.
We're live.
Guys, there really isn't anything better than football. Oh my word. Leeds United, tonight, have come back from 2 goals down at Wolverhampton Wanderers. And we've won 3-2. Oh, this season has just got absolutely crazy. It's absolutely madness. Scott, talk to me. You're on the Fosters? Are you on the Fosters?
Yeah, I only drink it because it makes me feel like I'm at Elland Road.
You're basically drinking the shittest lager in the world, but it doesn't matter because Leeds United have won 3-2.
Leeds United are essentially safe. This is what a lot of people were saying.
Whoa. Stop that right now. Stop that right now. We'll stop. Ready for 50 seconds into the video, but let's not use that S word yet.
I'm saying it. I'm confident. People have brain confidence into me tonight.
Well, Johnny Edwards is in the spirit. 6 points off the top half. This is how fickle we are. We love it. We love being fickle. But it's true. It's a true point, to be fair. I mean, Scott, talk to me. I mean, look, I know they had 10 men. Everyone's keen to mention all this. But you know what? Look at the players we have missing. My voice is gone, by the way. I don't know if anyone can tell. My voice is absolutely gone here. Mellier's gone. Phillips and Cooper are only just back. Bamford's come off. Rafinha's had COVID. That's 5 players just there. We deserve this bit of luck. We deserve this moment. I thought we were matching them, to be fair, 11 versus 11. We get that bit of luck. It is a sending off, and boom. Yeah. Half an hour, we just absolutely smash them. We absolutely smashed them, mate.
Yeah, 100%. I see a few Wolves supporters in crying that it was never a sending off, but my rebuttal is stop gurning. Stop your whinging. Jimenez has dove all season long, and that for me was karma. It was a yellow card. He was already on one. So it's that simple. Yeah. David Rothhuis. We all
exactly. At 2-1 down, I was thinking, don't let this be another Wigan. But it wasn't because, I mean, Jack Harrison, Charlie Cresswell, Luke Ayling, I mean, everyone, that last 45 minutes, unbelievable.
See when Cresswell come on, he absolutely changed.
He changed the whole game from centre-back.
He really did. And yes, people saying, there were 10-man Wolves. They still played well. It's not like it was 10-man Wolves and they were rubbish. It was 10-man Wolves against Leeds with half the team bloody injured again in the first half. You know, it was a fun roller coaster with a happy ending.
A bit more than that, mate. It was I don't know about fun all the way. It wasn't the funnest roller coaster at the start, but it doesn't matter. It's how it ends. No. It's how it ends that matters. And my words. I mean, look, this is a true comment as well. This is a very, very true comment. We couldn't score against 10-man Arsenal. It's unbelievable from Leeds United. Jesse Marsch's substitutions were absolutely spot on. He got it absolutely spot on. Yeah. I mean, let's talk about that man because, my words, in terms of the spirit of this football club, these last 2 games has been incredible. We've just never say die. 2 goals in stoppage time. We've had some real setbacks the last couple of weeks, but my word, the spirit in this team is unbelievable. Rodrigo is playing some of the best football he's played for Leeds United, I feel. Yeah. Certainly tonight, he deserved his goal. Jack Harrison has produced some absolutely brilliant moments. We're trusting the younger players as well. Just everything is just so positive. And we've not even got Phillips, Cooper, and Rafinha in the team today, mate. And we're using this. So, mate, this is unbelievable, isn't it? This is this is a great start from Jesse Marsch. There's no 2 ways about it.
Aside from that Villa game, he couldn't have asked for a better start. Loving Jesse Marsch and his skinny jeans. You're a married woman now, Botha. Behave yourself. What I'm actually loving was in the post-match interview, he said he had absolutely no intention of playing Phillips at all. Phillips was not getting played today. So again, I thought it was smart of him to have him there as a symbolic sort of look. He's nearly ready. He could have played if he needed him to.
Well, we did similar with Bamford at Leicester.
Yeah,
if you remember.
Oh, we did. Yeah, but I'm just how we've went from, and I'm going to give a hypothetical here. 5 weeks ago, we're 2-0 down at half-time to Wolves.
Mm-hmm.
That second half, it's going 3 or 4. Simply because of the way we played and the mentality that was in those players. They look like brand new players. You know, like they went 2-0 down, and regardless if Wolves went to 10 men, you look at the way they came out in the second half. Bill Ayling, I was giving him pelters in the first half. I just haven't rated him all season. And I said in the first half of the watch along, he's been living off that goal against the scum all season. And then that second half, he just pulled it out of the bag. He really did. He done brilliant. He was picking out brilliant crosses down that right-hand side. And Johnny just said it. He was just filled with energy. And it changed the game. It really did.
There was a confidence about him, in terms of how he took the chances. Obviously, look, I know the first goal wasn't his, but it's all his touch and strike initially. I mean, he's done the keeper. It's just hit inside the post. He's been persistent with it. It's come back to Jack Harrison. It's brilliant off Luke Ayling. And it's a real captain's performance, I thought, from Luke Ayling to really drag us back in it and give us that belief. Because as soon as that first goal went in, I thought, you know what, I've seen that, belief in the players. Look, let's just caveat before anyone kind of picks up any bits and pieces that we said here. This is not a criticism of Marcelo Bielsa. This is a praising of what Jesse Marsch has done. He's coming with different ideas, and he's his own man. And this is exactly what we wanted. We didn't want the Marcelo Bielsa era to come to the end it did. But we always said it was all about who we brought in as a replacement. And I've got to say, so far, in terms of this as a start, the fact he's coming in the middle of a season, in the middle of a relegation battle, and he's already getting his ideas across into the players, inside like 2 weeks. I mean, unbelievable stuff, mate. This is unbelievable stuff. And it's all credit to him and the players as well. In terms of the man management, we've seen what Rodrigo said before the Norwich game in terms of, obviously, they had a conversation. I'm not sure what was in that conversation, but it's clear they had a real effect because Rodrigo has scored 2 massive goals in the last 2 games, which have really put us on the road to 2 big wins. And that's it, really. And sometimes it's a game of margins. Yeah, we scored 2 goals in the 90th minute. That shows a real spirit about the team. That shows that, when we do get the better players into the team as well, your Rafinha, your Calvin Phillips, I don't think anyone's going to doubt that they are our best 2 players in the squad. The 2 outstanding players to have missing. And that is just, I'm talking rubbish now, but I mean...
No, but we done that tonight without Rafinha.
Exactly.
Without
we scored 3 goals without Rafinha.
Yeah.
Forget all this 10-man stuff. We scored 3 goals without Rafinha. Dan James has had a big chance before at 2-2 as well. So we could even score more goals. Bamford's had a chance. We've created just a ton of chances today.
Those first 20 minutes, Oscar. I know a lot of people saying, the first half we were rubbish, but I kept saying this. Those first 20 minutes, we were the team that could have and should have been 2 or 3 up.
Yeah, exactly this. Exactly.
We didn't take our chances. But again, 2-0 down, and we didn't stop fighting. And I was very proud of that. I wasn't annoyed at the fact we went down or anything. Because you have to give credit to Wolves. They are a good side. They were hard to break down. They made it difficult for us. And we really pulled it out of the bag tonight.
I just think everyone takes massive praise for this today because, in terms of the manager's made a couple of good changes. Obviously, 𝐃𝐿 going into midfield, I thought was a really, really, really sharp, good change to make.
Yeah.
Obviously the bravery to put Cresswell on because, look, I think pretty much every single one of us, if we're being honest, was probably saying, probably be Calvin Phillips has come on, or maybe Liam Cooper. And then when you see Charlie Cresswell come on, you think, this isn't something we'd normally see a Leeds United manager ever do. Or I can't think of I can't think of any manager in the league who would have made that substitution, who'd had the bravery to back Charlie Cresswell at 2-0 down. Was it 2-0 at that point? It might have been 1-0.
It was 2-0 when Cresswell came on.
In a massive game, 11v11, before half-time, we're making this kind of change, and he's put on Charlie Cresswell for his second Premier League appearance, or maybe third, whatever it is, second or third Premier League appearance. That's unbelievable man management. And we've seen him do it with Joffrey Gelhardt. Joffrey Gelhardt's come on for a split second in that Norwich game. And it could be a massive moment in his career. We're not just talking about this season now. Look, the be-all and end-all is staying up. We've still got a massive, massive challenge to stay up. This Premier League is the best quality league in the world. You can never, ever get too carried away, as much as I'm tempted today. But my word, the future's looking good. We've got a bright young coach. We've got Charlie Cresswell. We've got Joffrey Gelhardt, Calvin Phillips to come back, Rafinha, all these kind of players. You like to Somerville. Then the list is endless. This is unbelievable. This is an unbelievable turnaround. 8 days ago, Scott, we lost 3-0 to Aston Villa. Did anyone see this coming? We scored 5 goals we scored 5 goals in 2 games. In that Villa game, we had 4 shots in the whole 90 minutes. This is a massive, massive turnaround. This is saying a lot about Jesse Marsch's man management. This is saying a lot about the players' mentality. And this is saying a lot about how quickly the players are reacting to Jesse Marsch's new ideas. Yeah. There's still similarities. We're still doing a lot of the same things we did under Bielsa in terms of, there's width, the fullbacks are pushing on, all these different bits and pieces. We're still looking to press and all this lot, but the new ideas that Jesse Marsch is instilling, the players are getting to grips with. And when it's not working, like it maybe didn't for the first sort of half an hour tonight, but when we went 1-0 down, 2-0 down, Marsch flipped it. He made a change. He adjusted things. He saw the situation. He put on Charlie Cresswell. He moves Cock into midfield. Look at this as well. As Chris says, I think we've got the second and third highest XG. I'm not a massive fan of XG, but it does say, but I will use it when it suits. When it
looks good.
But it's the highest this season, and I'm pretty sure Norwich was the second highest. So it's all saying a lot about the fantastic.
All going up, isn't it?
Yeah,
all this going up. Everything's pointing in the right direction.
This is all we're asking for. And look,
can I point something out as well, Oscar? Mm-hmm. We're the first team this season, and if I'm wrong, someone correct me, but I was doing my research for last night's big match preview, but we are the first team this season to score more than 2 goals against Wolves in a match.
There we go. Without Rafinha as well.
Without Rafinha, we put 3 goals past one of the teams with the best defence in the league.
There you go. Upward trajectory. Yeah.
Jesse,
Scott, I mean, I've been rambling there. I've just been absolutely rambling about my love of Jesse Marsch and the way things are going at this moment in time. But look, it's been a difficult season for us. But look, we saw it last season. I'm not going to get too carried away, but last season we saw that the last sort of 10 games around this stage, we really put on a solid end to the season. We got everyone back in the team. We didn't have any injuries last 10 games. I think we got 23 points, from the last 10 games. Yeah, I think it was 7 wins, 2 draws, 1 defeat. So this is it. I mean, if we can finish off the season in a similar light or something like that, then wow, it's going to be amazing. I think, look, the be-all and end-all is staying up, but seeing what we did tonight, seeing what we've done over the last, over these first 4 games, the Villa game was bad, but look at the other 3. The other 3, I think we probably deserve to win, to be honest with you. Leicester one we didn't quite get over the line with, but the performances are really, really good. Everything's really, really good, these first 4 games, really, if we're being honest, other than the Villa game, but 3 out of 4 of the games have been really good.
It's this next sort of 2 weeks before the next game, isn't it? Well, there's for a start. Here, let's start with a positive. On Rafinha. Rafinha's obviously out with COVID, and 𝐃𝐿 is out with the concussion injury. Mm-hmm. That does not affect any games because both of them will be fit and available to play against Southampton.
Yeah, exactly. Concussion. Is it 10 days for concussion, I think?
10 days for concussion.
Yeah.
There was a weird workaround for Robin Koch. But even like that injury to 𝐃𝐿𝐖𝐍𝐋𝐄 was actually caused by bumping into Koch. Like, it wasn't a Wolves player done it to him. It was Robin Koch just stiffed him. He didn't mean to. But again, that was something like that happened last week as well against Norwich. Again, just miscommunication involving 𝐃𝐿𝐼𝐍𝐋𝐄, and he bumps into his own players. So maybe he's just going a wee bit doolally in his old age now. I don't know, but he's got a hell of a staker. I don't think Tyson Fury could give him a bigger black eye. Like, he looks like Mask from that 80s movie.
I tell you what, though, I reckon Charlie Cresswell would take Tyson Fury.
Oh,
I'd 100% be backing Charlie Cresswell in that.
I would. Charlie Cresswell tonight. Like, the two players I particularly was extremely impressed with when they came on was, of course, Charlie Cresswell. For me, and I said it in the watch along, from the moment he came on, we looked different. We looked better defensively. We looked more comfortable defensively. He was cleaning up the mistakes being made by Pascal, and he wasn't letting people bully him, and he made some really pivotal, important tackles. This is a guy. What is he? 18, 19?
He's actually, I need to Google this. I'm pretty sure he's 19, but let me Google this. Charlie Cresswell.
And again, he is from that Cresswell line. He's Leeds in his blood, so he's passionate about this.
19, well. Charlie Cresswell. 19.
He absolutely bossed that defence. And for me, personally, whether we've got fully fit centre-backs, a performance like that stakes a claim to have your name in the hat, to be starting. 100%. 100%. For me, anyway, I would love to see Cresswell playing alongside Cooper, just to get that sort of leadership sort of qualities in him and help guide him going through this next stage, because obviously we've got players at the wrong end of 30, and then we've got players that don't have the experience because they're still so young. But I'm buzzing. Big Lou, what's a crack, man?
Big Lou, my man. My man, Big Lou. I'll tell you what, though, I would not want that job of telling Charlie Cresswell he's not playing. It's a good job he takes as well, because what an unbelievable player. Unbelievable talent Charlie Cresswell is.
I mean, he nearly scored too.
Yeah, he did.
And he was so pissed off. I love seeing when our players now look so pissed off when they miss. We haven't seen that in a long time. Not this season anyway. I just feel from Marsch just came in and he sat down. He's been one-on-one with the players. He's interacting with the players on a personal level. And the players aren't used to it. They didn't get that with Bielsa. You know...
Well, we don't know that. Let's not speculate. But
when Bielsa came in, he said from day one that he likes to keep a distance between himself and the players. That's what I'm going off anyway. And you know I love Bielsa. I've got him tattooed on me. I love him. I always will. But something has changed with our players from March just came in. And it's good. It's really good. You're muted.
I just want to mention Klaassen as well, by the way. Some of the saves he produced, and I just thought he commands of his area, and what a great performance for him, because I tell you what, he probably wasn't expecting to come on. He really probably wasn't expecting to come on at all. The only way he was going to come on was if Mele got an injury, and look, you don't expect your goalkeeper to pick up an injury, so he's come on cold. And unbelievable.
Did you see any of the watch along?
Yeah, I was watching along, mate.
You see, when Klaassen came on, my exact reaction
I know what it was.
Watch along, my exact reaction was, well, there's no point them being down to 10 fucking men. As long as they don't shoot, we'll be fine. And what a player he turned out. What a performance he put in tonight.
You didn't get that wasn't one of your better shouts, Scott, let's just say.
I've had some wild shouts. I think was it Sunday?
Some wild shouts.
Yeah.
Your best
do you
was...
remember in the heat of the moment?
Your best ever was
Christ,
that one.
whenever Joffrey came on Sunday, I said, "Oh, you've left that a bit fucking late."
Keep doing it though. Keep doing it, mate.
I know. That's it. Tonight on the third goal tonight, I said, "Oh, I'm not even looking at this free kick because we don't score from free kicks." And then we scored just after we took a free kick.
The goal, the winning goal though, was mad. It was a mad goal, wasn't it? It was just. I don't know. It might sound a bit arrogant, this, but at 2-2, I felt it was on. I just felt I'd have been disappointed if it finished 2-2, to be honest, because we were creating loads. We were the better team, I felt. Wolves couldn't really get a kick. I know Neves went off. That's a big loss to their midfield. But look at the injuries we had, man. Look at the injuries we had as well. And it's just all brilliant. And I just want to mention as well, because I've only seen little bits of it. And obviously, I was listening, I had the Sky commentary lowered, and I was listening to yourself at the same time. And very critical, to be fair, Neville and Carragher. And look,
he talks shit. I'm just saying it now. Jamie Carragher talks shit, man.
I can accept criticism of our team, but when it's just, I just felt some of it was just ridiculous, to be honest. I just felt some of it was...
He went full Karen Carney.
Well, I've not heard about what this comment was. What was this comment at the end about something about the 10 men or something?
It was only because Wolves were down to 10 men, basically.
Yeah,
that's why we done so well.
That's genuinely rubbish.
Even with 11 men, I think we still play the way we played.
Yeah, maybe we don't win the game. I don't know. Maybe we do win the game. I don't know. But yeah, smash that like, by the way, guys. But I just thought, I personally think Neville and Carragher's analysis is spot on. I think the best pundits on TV, to be totally honest with you. I'm not going to not deny that. Despite the clubs they play for, I'm not going to deny that. I think they're really good pundits. But I just thought some of the analysis tonight was, I don't know, didn't agree with it, to be honest. And it's not just me being biased. I just looked at it and thought, are you just looking at Jesse Marsch for having a bad time at Leipzig? Or are you looking at what Jesse Marsch is actually trying to instill in this football club? You know, the fact that we've gone from being a man-to-man marking team for 3.5 years, and he's then had to completely change the way we press, completely change the way we defend, completely change a lot of things. You know, he's only 4 games in. He's only 2 weeks into the job here, and we're getting this level of criticism. It didn't sit right with me. And there you go. Yeah. You look at this response. I don't know whether it was having to save face a little bit in terms of say that it was down because we're down to 10 men. I don't know. It probably wasn't that. That might be a bit harsh, but I thought they were a bit harsh, to be honest with you, against Jesse Marsch. And to be honest with you, mate, all Jesse Marsch has had since he's turned up to England, similar to Marcelo Bielsa, is nothing but disrespect, I think, from the media.
Yeah.
It's the fact that I don't know if it's the fact that he's American. You know, I think there's this big thing about American coaches, that this Ted Lasso thing. How many times have I seen this Ted Lasso thing written down? You know, Gabby Abambahor on TalkSport, other people on TalkSport. You can't do huddles, you can't do this and that. I'm not being funny here. How many great English managers are there at this moment in time? How many great English coaches do we have? We are not in a position, I say we, TalkSport are not in a position, other pundits are not in a position to criticise people like Jesse Marsch. I'm sorry. No. You're not in a position to criticise Jesse Marsch and start saying, how good's Frank Lampard? How good's Graham Potter? How good's this manager? How good's that manager? You're not in a position to do that. And you know what? Jesse Marsch has won two out of his first 4 games. He's given the spirit to this football club again. And I just feel, you're looking at the way he's turned things around and all these different bits and pieces, but I just look at, it's embarrassing, some of this analysis. And look, I'm just gonna say what I see. You know what I mean? I'm just gonna say what I see, because that's exactly what I've seen these last couple of weeks. You know, low key, some of it's been absolutely embarrassing. Rather than look at what the manager's trying to do, it's all about where's he from, who's he managed, and all this.
It's borderline racist, like it's borderline racist.
Let's not say that.
It's because he's American.
It's shocking. I mean, there is this thing about American coaches, you know, non-European coaches, and my words, full credit to Jesse Marsch. He's made big decisions in his career, Jesse Marsch. You know, he's at New York Red Bulls. He made a big decision to go to Leipzig as an assistant to Ralf Rangnick. You know, he moved out of his comfort zone in America. He was a legend at the Red Bulls, an absolute legend at New York Red Bulls. We've seen people in the comments, like people watching right now. If you're a New York Red Bulls fan, Red Bull Salzburg, Leipzig fan, if you are a fan, let yourself be seen. Get yourself be seen, because he's doing America proud, to be fair, in terms of what he's doing with American football, this kind of impacts. And look, it's early doors. It is early doors, but he's moved out of his comfort zone. That's my point. He's gone from being a legend at Red Bulls to being an assistant manager, to dropping down to being an assistant manager. He's then moved his way up the Red Bull model to Salzburg. He's moved his way up to Leipzig. Yes, things didn't quite go well at Leipzig, but I will caveat, he lost his 2 best centre-backs and his midfielder before a ball had even been kicked. So you've got to give massive credit to the man. And all I've seen since he's turned up in England is Ted Lasso. He can't do huddles. He's got all these different ideas. And look, I might be rambling on here, but I feel it's absolutely disgraceful, to be honest.
No, it is. I agree with you. I agree. And as you said at the beginning of your rant there, the same thing happened with Bielsa. And they seem to forget. Yeah, they've been banging on, and it's all these pundits all bang on about English managers for English clubs, blah, 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 blah. They don't do this with Klopp, Pep, Rangnick, none of it. They don't do it with them. The last English manager to win the top flight was Howard Wilkinson with us. That was the last English manager to win the top flight. Howard Wilkinson. That's who it was. So do they want to go back 30 years and the way football was then and the way fans were then? Because I know the Premier League don't want the fans to be the way they were back then. Want the wee clappers out? No. But I think it's an absolute disgrace the way Jesse Marsch has been treated by pundits, particularly TalkSport. And let's be honest, 𝐃𝐎𝐲 couldn't get credit on credit score. He has no credibility. He is a worse pundit than he was a footballer. He couldn't kick his own arse if he was in a one-legged arse-kicking competition. 𝐃𝐎𝐲. Fuck. Sorry. I can't stand him. I think he's blocked me on Twitter, probably.
The thing I just want to say is I'm not just talking about English managers, but I'm just saying we hear about how great people like Frank Lampard are, how great people like Graham Potter are. Graham Potter's lost his last 6 games, can I just say? He's lost his last 6 games. He's been managing in the Premier League for 3 seasons now. This is his 3rd season. Do you know where Brighton are in the table? Do you know where Brighton are in the table right now? 13th. We get all this praise about Graham Potter. Oh, a big club should be going for him. Big club should be going for this guy and all this lot. And you're thinking, hang on a minute. It's not just the English managers. I'm just saying there's an agenda. There's the clear agenda since Jesse Marsch has turned up. In terms of let's pick on all the different things that we could say you could link to Ted Lasso and that lot, the huddle and that lot. Loads of managers do that. It's different ideas. All this stuff about he's dropped the murder ball, in terms of in the middle of the week, he's done all this and that. And I'm thinking, it's just basically him trying to stamp his authority. There's nothing wrong with that. He's got different ideas. That's why sometimes you change manager, because they've got different ideas, fresh ideas. Sometimes it's just a new voice, but I just think some of the criticism he's had before a ball's even been kicked.
It's uncalled for.
Yeah, I think it is. And, it's...
Like, he's only been here for 4 games, and he's already being criticised worse than Frank Lampard, who has won 2 league games. 2 league games. Frank Lampard with this fantastic managerial career that he's had. And let's be honest, Frank Lampard's career highlight as a manager was taking a dump on the Leeds changing room floor. That is Frank Lampard's biggest managerial achievement.
Allegedly, we'll just say, just in case.
Allegedly. Listen, the guy shows up. He shows up for Leeds games. That's it. And last night they got lucky. But let's not put a damper on it. We have just beat one of the toughest teams in this league. And we beat them convincingly. Yes, they were 2 up in the first half. But that second half, that was that. To see if that Leeds team can start from the kickoff, I don't think many teams have a chance. I really don't. I think that Leeds team from that second half, with that determination and that fight and drive in them, the passion and vision shown from a lot of those players, I honestly think we can walk away from a lot of our upcoming fixtures with a full 3 points. I agree. I We're not beating
Man City.
I'm saying that, man. Then saying that Man City fucking couldn't beat Crystal Palace, and I think we'll beat Palace. But look, anything can happen.
The big
We beat Man City with 10 men last year, so I'm just saying.
Nah, look. You certainly look at the games in a different light. You definitely look at when you've won the last two. You know, you do look at these other games in a different way. And the Southampton game's going to be tough. You know, it's going to be two teams that are going to look to press. It's going to be another lively match. There's no doubt about that. I mean, look, every game at this level's tough. There's no like getting around that. Last week was tough against Norwich. You know, Norwich. Look, we know the bottom of the table, but it's still a game we've got to win. You know, we still got to beat them. You know what I mean? You can only beat what's in front of you. And, you know, and that was the thing. You know, after we beat Norwich, it was this. It's only Norwich. It was the last minute of the game. Calm down and all this lot. And you're thinking, well, we're just beating Wolves, who are... Where are Wolves in the table, Scott? 7th, 6th, 7th? 8th. Oh, yeah. Dear me. Anyway, don't matter. They're still in the top 8 then. Still in the top 8. Away from home.
As I said, there's only 3 teams at this point have conceded less goals on them, and it's Chelsea, City, and Liverpool. They're not an easy team to score against. The way they're set up, and you have to give Bruno Lag and his brother credit, because they have really sort of developed what Nuno Santo had set up there. He sort of took them to that next stage, going, right, you're a top half side now. You challenge for Europe. You aren't a mid-table side. You're a top half side. And a lot of their players look like they're top half side players. Tonight we were just a better team. And I think this win tonight means so much more to us than it does to them as a loss, because they've just come out in their next one and pick up the points, you know. Oh, what's happened here? Oscar's Wi-Fi is cut off. Of course it has, Oscar. Of course it has. Someone was asking who Ted Lasso was in the comments. Ted Lasso is it's a TV show about an American football coach who gets a job managing an English football club. So yeah, that's that there. Oscar, you come back, mate? Split screen, Scott. I know I've just gone solo. Like, Oscar's gone. Oscar's done. Just while I'm waiting, Oscar coming back. Let's see what you are saying in the comments. Yeah, Burnley, I've got Man City next. And Watford, I've got Liverpool as well. Yes, and I agree with Chris Kelly. He talked me into watching Ted Lasso, and it was well worth it. It was well worth it. David Loftus, you're very welcome. I recommend you watch it. I really do. Martin, Shirley Dallas, when he was in Northern Ireland, he played for one of the dirtiest, filthiest football clubs around, Crusaders. And let me tell you, that guy has taken some hits. And he said it himself previously that he's played through most of this season injured. So it's a Northern Ireland thing. You can beat him black and blue, as they say, and he'll still get up and keep coming back for more. It's just that simple. Is there a Wolves fan? Let me see. All right, no, stop your crying. Mike, why have we got fans complaining about how we won? It doesn't matter how we won. We won. We were the better team in the second half. And I do believe if it was still 11 men, the way we played and came out with that mentality, we still win it. I don't think you're a married woman, behave yourself now. I don't think, even if they're playing with 11 men, the outcome changes. I still think it's the same. Seen a few people commenting about the scraps. Oh Jesus, I'm knackered. About the scraps and stuff in the dugout. I love that passion. I love seeing them all scrap and fight it out. I love it because we didn't see that before. We didn't. And for those, a few people asking as well, I didn't break my hand celebrating that third goal. I'm not Frank Lampard, but it did hurt it. I don't know what's happened. I think I just pulled a muscle. When we come back after this break, we have got 2 of the games, which I think we've all said for weeks on end, we win them. We have to win them. They're games that we should be winning. I think we will. I think by the time we get to Watford, I think we'll look at that league table and go, we're safe. I'm throwing it out there now. I'm just waiting on Oscar coming back in. I'm wondering what's going on with him here. With that old Southport Wi-Fi, mate. Don't know what's going on there. But yes, more in the... yeah, but look, the same people saying about, yes, we're still crap defensively. What you have to remember is, and I was saying this to people in the in the comments on the watch along as well. Jesse Marsch has came in at a time where, and you have to admire the balls on the guy for coming in when he did. Thanks, Chris. Well, I look stranded. I've just had a beard shave and all. Yeah, I agree. Your nerves can't take it. But listen, Jesse Marsch can't do anything with new players. He doesn't have a transfer window. It's just, it's not possible. But yes, Chris, if you want to jump on too, because everyone does love hearing from you, so please do. Rihanna Botha, I will never jinx anything, my dear. Never jinx anything. But Christopher, if you want to jump in here, because I would love to get your take on this. Particularly on transfer business, because obviously this summer, providing we stay up, we got to back him. He's got to be given money. He's got to be given the means to bring players in, 100%. Let me see. We'll get Chris in here. Where is he? Christopher, here's a link. Let's go. Let's do this. Let me get this up. 7 more points till safety. Lots of changes needed. Any news on Meslier or Llorente? Haven't heard anything on that. We do know from the post-match press conference, Jesse Marsch said that Calvin isn't, or not Calvin, sorry, Bamford wasn't that serious and he'd be fine. I get a lot more. I get a lot more peace of mind out of Jesse Marsch when he's talking about the players that are injured and stuff. Simply because before with Bielsa, you knew we're not seeing him for months. Because obviously he has to do his recuperation. He has to go through all the treatment, and then he has to do his mandatory 3,200 hours of under 23s. Christopher Kelly, what is the crack, big man? What's the crack, man? Oh, look who's back now. Look who's back now. Look at him. Here, swap places. Right, there we go.
He's just done that. He's just done that to get me back as Oscar. That's all. He's like, I'll drop off, Chris will come in.
This is what we call Jesse Marsch tactics, Chris.
Hey?
This is called Jesse Marsch, like tactics, you see.
Yeah.
Saw the vision of the thought.
You see, I just got a wee injury, so I need to get moved up to here, don't I? No, I think Chris is much better up there.
I don't know how you are feeling, but I'm absolutely knackered.
I'm tired. I'm
not going to lie, mate. Full-time whistle went, and I had to run into the bathroom and throw up.
Oh, shit.
Honestly.
Oh,
I was that mess for that last 10 minutes. This club's going to kill me, mate. Lads, it's going to absolutely kill me with the death of me. We'll read on my gravestone, lived a hell of a life, died because of his love of a football club.
Yeah, but it's worth it though, isn't it? Nights like this.
I've tweeted Leeds already telling them that you're responsible for my second heart attack. Tell the players thank you.
They were responsible for the first one as well, weren't they?
Oh, it was after... Oh my God, it was actually after a Leeds Wolves match as well last season. Oh my God, it was. It was after Leeds Wolves last January.
Just unreal. Some game of two halves. I mean, I agree with you, Scotty, about we should have been 1 or 2 up early doors. But that's just the Leeds United of this season, isn't it? And Jesse did make comment about that in his post-match with the Sky team. Said, we need to be more clinical in those situations. But for me, And again, this isn't digging out Marcelo before everyone lights up. I just feel with the way we played under the previous manager, we don't get back into that tonight. The sending off does have an impact, but Wolves are a solid defensive team, and you're still thinking at 2-0, even with 10 men, because it's a forward that's come off. You're like, this is still a struggle. And, it doesn't matter. But they fell into our trap, and they absolutely blind panicked, did Wolves, after the sending off. Blind panic. And I was so pleased to see that absolute shithouse Saïs bowls it up.
Yeah.
That clearance. Because I can't stand him.
No.
Awful professional. Just spends all his time lay on the floor. But I was same as you, Scott. First half, I was sat watching the game, absolutely lambasting Ayling for being panicked again and just looking all over the shop. Second half, fair play. He stepped up. Him and Rodrigo.
Yeah. Rodrigo absolutely runs circles around him in that first half.
Yeah, he did.
He really did. And then every time he tried to put it back, he just couldn't seem to get the better of Podence. Every time you thought he got him, he went and buggered it up again. Every time.
I think I'm going to say it as well. I think Cresswell being next to him actually helped Ayling, because Cresswell's just a good, solid defender.
Yeah.
Who, just goes in, and if he's not getting man and ball, he's getting man and making sure it don't go any further.
Yeah, that's it. There was a few times where he didn't have the option to pass it, Cresswell, and he just done basic defending. Get it out of your half.
Yeah.
Just get it out of your half.
Yeah.
And I'd rather just push the ball up, and hopefully someone up there will get it.
And that's
the opponents can't score if they don't have the ball in your half.
That's a big part of Jesse Marsch's tactics as well. Sometimes he's just get the ball forward and then go for the second ball.
Yeah.
It has to be done sometimes, and it's something we haven't done in previous years. And don't get me wrong, we've loved the football we've played the last few years, but at the end of the day, when you're down at this end of the table, it's a results-based business, and Jesse's got us 6 points out the last two now, by hook or by crook. He's done it.
Yeah.
Some real clever tactical nous in there for me at times tonight. I think you said it, Oscar, already. Moving Koch into midfield and bringing Charlie in behind him, I thought worked really well. We all of a sudden looked more
brave
solid.
more than anything, mate. It's brave. You look at it on that bench. We had Cooper, who's played, how many games Cooper's played for us now? At 300s. KP has played about 200, 250. You think that's 550 games worth, probably more than that, worth of experience. And he's gone with someone who's played made one Premier League start in his career at 1-0 down, away from home against Wolves with 8 games of the season to go. This is what the man's about. He loves the big decisions. It sums up his whole career so far. In terms of the decisions he's made to move to Europe, to take that big step, be that American coach who tries to make an impact in a top 5 league. This is what he's about. It's going to be bold. Sometimes look, we're a long way away yet. We're still early in this journey, but there's going to be some difficult moments. I think we all know that. I think no one's under any illusions. But I tell you what, in terms of this is the start and what we've got to look forward to as we get a window in. We get obviously this summer window. We've got to stay up first, but assuming we can stay up, I think we can stay up.
Yeah.
The future really, really is bright. Seriously, is bright.
I'm not going to lie, mate. At half time, I was like, well, that's it. We're down. I'd down road again. I
bet you were doing that after Norwich scored as well.
Yeah.
Look, let's be honest.
I can't cope with it. But I think it's, and I heard you two on about it as well. The way that Jesse's already being judged is disgusting. Any other manager from a European country or South America that'd be saying, he needs at least 1 or 2 windows to stamp his authority on this team. This isn't the squad that he's managing. Jesse's just an easy target because he's got an American accent. And it's, to be honest, it's disgusting the way that some of these so-called pundits, and they are so-called. I did say in the comments that I think Gabby will be jumping in the bath with his toaster about now, because that
I threw the fucking toaster at him. Sorry for swearing.
But it's just lazy punditry. He's got an American accent, and there's been a TV program about an American coach coming into English football, so we can just label it. It's pathetic, and I just love that Jesse's made a joke of it as well since the minute he arrived. He's almost like neutralised it because he's like, "Off because I've got an accent. Who cares?" I just
thought it was right for us to call it out a little bit. You know, look, I've kind of kept quiet about it. You know, in terms of early doors, I thought I'm not going to say too much yet because obviously we're still early on the in this start. He's lost the first 2 games and all this lot, and people are going to be on their high horse about all this and saying, "Oh no, he's not good enough for the Premier League," and all this lot, all these different bits and pieces. And you think, you know what? Good on him. Good on him that he's produced that today.
I think probably, and he'd never say it, but I think it's almost a bit of a coming in at the time he has. One, it's got massive balls to come in at this stage of the season, and the way we were just shipping goals, he's come in, so that's brave. But I think he's almost come in and thought it's a bit of a free hit. This, if I keep him up, great. If not, then he's already said he'll stay and he'll help rebuild. So it's like, if I don't keep him up, then I can sort of then start putting my mark on it in a different way, because obviously we won't be going for the players we would if we stay up. But I just think it's really brave of him, and I'm a massive, massive fan of his. And I knew very little about Jesse Marsch. I'd watched his Salzburg team a couple of times, stuff like that. But I knew very little of him. But from interview 1, we remember what we were all like in the WhatsApp group on his first interview. I was just like, I love this bloke. And it's that American
crush. Don't be modest. You have a full man crush on him.
Mate, I'm all about the skinny jeans. I'm not going to lie.
I have been Googling. Whilst I was away, for that 5 minutes, I was trying to put a cheeky order in for, some lightly tanned skinny jeans was what I was after.
Stonewash skinny jeans.
I tell you what, in the club shop, if we do put together a couple more wins, I tell you what, that's the new Bielsa bucket. That is the skinny jeans. That's the new Bielsa bucket.
Someone just said I look like Stuart Dallas. I'll take that. To be fair, he's a good-looking chap.
The same fella said Oscar looks like Pascal Strike.
That's a stretch. That's a stretch. That.
Part-time wrestler Oscar, the great Carly.
The great Carly.
I will be on your what's his name, on your fitness regime.
Strong, mate. Strong.
I know. Charlie Cresswell's been on your regime and convinced of it.
Mate, I don't think I'd be. I don't think I'd have the balls to shout at Charlie Cresswell. To be honest with you. He's one absolute unit of a human being at 19 years old. My God.
Fantastic player.
Mate, what a future that kid's got. I tell you that the most seasoned pros in that backline really need to be watching the backs, because Jesse's not scared to give kids a go. And if Charlie puts in many more performances like that, he'll find himself first choice really quickly.
Just see that comment.
Dick. Scott McFoley.
Right. Scott McFoley.
I don't know if that's a reference because I'm an ex-wrestler or what, but he's Canoga bent. It's the Scott looks like Shrek. Thanks, mate.
You know when Coops is fit, and which is close now. I think he'll be fit for after the international break by the sounds of it. I'll throw a quick caveat in. I love Jesse Marsch at full time saying Calvin was never going to play, but presence. Love it. But
I even laughed at it.
With Coops coming back, once he's a couple of games in, say we hopefully win the next couple or get 4 points from 6 or something. Is there a shout there for bringing in Cresswell next to Coops and giving him some game time next to a seasoned pro and the captain? There is for me. There really is.
Yeah. Yes.
It's a shout. It's a real shout, that, mate. I was thinking that myself.
Once we are 100% comfortable and safe, I think that's what Jesse needs to do. He needs to go, right, I need to see what Somerville can do here. I need to see what Cresswell can learn from Cooper. Get Bate sometime in beside Phillips. Even get him beside Forshaw. I want to see these young guys go, Jesse go, look, we're already safe. Let me see what I've got, so that he knows what he's looking for going into the next transfer window. Once we're safe, I don't want to see none of that shit before that. But once we're safe, yes, free reign, get that rotation going.
I just think Jesse's very big on youth, and he's going to obviously bring players in transfer windows as well. We know that. But I do think these kids will feel a lot closer to getting proper game time than they potentially did before. Joffrey's been unlucky this week, obviously with a slight back injury.
Yeah.
And then obviously with us getting half the team injured within 10 minutes, he was obviously never going to come on. But Joffrey's really not far away. Charlie clearly is trusted. Even to be thrown on in that situation shows that Jesse's got a lot of trust in him already. We saw the under-23s the other night batter Man United, which I think Jesse said he was really impressed with them. So a few of these kids won't be far away. And I love that because kids play with the old Alan Hansen saying of you never win anything with kids. Well, we might not win the league with them, but I'm telling you now, there's a crop of young players there who are busting the gut to get some game time and can do a job. I thought just Charlie was immense tonight when he came on. All right, when the sending off happened, he got, he missed the flight of the ball and stuff, but he's a young kid. He's going to make mistakes. But our season pros have been making mistakes all season. So, but it didn't affect him. He went on, controlled the back line really well, and I think led the back line, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
He was really pulling people. And again, who's going to say no to him? Not even Pascal. Just pulling people around, pulling players around, and just solid, throwing his head into it. And like you say, Scott, just getting rid. Get rid.
I see what you said there, Chris, about him leading the back line. And when he made a mistake, he just got on with it and he done his job. Unfortunately, and I love Pascal, recently and even tonight, when he made a mistake, you could see his confidence took a knock and he wasn't able to just get on with it the way Charlie did. But then when Charlie came on, you seen Pascal feeling a bit more comfortable. He made a couple of mistakes and Charlie covered for it, and he rectified the error. I'm chuffed with him. Absolutely chuffed with him. I honestly feel
another thing I've got to say is
when he come on.
Yeah. Another thing I've got to say is Jesse Marsch clearly loves winding up an opposition bench as well.
I love all that.
What was that about?
And you know what? The great thing to see was all the players on the bench immediately jumped up, firing him right behind him. I'm like, this is what you want to see. There's a real togetherness all of a sudden.
I'm not being silly though. I'm backing Cameron Toshak, who looks like Scott, against any of their bench. I'm not being funny.
I did not see Jesse telling him straight away, go and sit down. I think he was terrified he was going to go full Phil Mitchell on someone.
It's like, because, Calvin, who's normally quite a quiet lad and all the rest of it.
He was bunched right up.
He was wanting a bit. And it just, from us looking a really fractured team only 3-4 weeks ago and broken, there's a real togetherness again. And again, you've got to give the manager credit for that. The way he's making Rodrigo look captain material at the minute. And 2 weeks ago, I'm saying, get out of this fucking football club. You absolute shower. Like you said, Scott, you've been calling him Rodrigo for most of the season.
Yeah, I call him Rodrigo, but the last few games, he's been fantastic.
Mate, he looks like he's trying to physically drag the team through this himself at times.
Yeah.
Unbelievable transformation. And that's clearly come from Jesse, getting him in and saying, you know what? I believe in you. I see a leader in you. There's a proper player in there. Go out and show me. And by God, has he? I thought he was my man of the match tonight, Rodrigo. I thought he was absolutely superb again.
You're saying about the stuff going on at the bench as well. I think it was at a point in the game, there was maybe an injury and someone was being looked at. And Calvin was right up at that sideline. And you seen him, he was talking to Ayling, and you seen the arms going here, there. And it's like he's there directing traffic. And you can see, right, well, this is what Jesse Marsch sees when he's been saying he wants Calvin to take up a bigger leadership role. And I called it on the watch along. Next season, he's taken that captain's armband off Cooper and he's given it to Phillips.
I mean, I don't know when it'll come. It depends, I guess, who we bring in and if he sees Coops as a starting centre-back moving forward. But I think he definitely sees Calvin as the next captain of Leeds United. I think that much is obvious. He said it too many times to me for it not to be a thing.
Yeah. I mean, there's been mentions about Rodrigo. There's like a leadership group that's kind of like been created by Marsch and that lot. And Rodrigo apparently is in that as well. Obviously, you look at Rodrigo's experience in that lot, it makes sense in that lot. And maybe people before that, and I think ourselves, didn't necessarily. I think we all knew what a talent Rodrigo was, but from a leadership point of view, he didn't massively strike me personally. As I'm thinking, he's like someone who's like, drag the team on his own kind of thing. And when I saw that first half at 2-0 down, his performance, and I'm thinking his performance against Norwich as well, his performance against Leicester, to be fair, and even towards the back end of Bielsa's reign, I think he had a really good game at Villa as well, and all these different bits and pieces. I'm thinking, what? Actually, give Rodrigo credit. He's got that price tag on him. We all know he's got that price tag on him. But if he keeps scoring in crucial goals, then he more than makes up for that. There's no doubt about it. And he's actually getting a run of games now, and that's really, really important. I think the thing to mention as well is that Marsch's system, certainly at Salzburg, and a little bit at Leipzig as well, needs number 10s or natural number 10s, to fully play a system. So at the minute we're playing a 4-2-3-1. We have sometimes played a 4-2-2-2. How many twos did I say then? I don't know. I'm drunk. I don't remember how many twos I said. It's 3 twos anyway. What's 3 twos, Scott?
What's this?
That doesn't matter. You've ruined the joke there. That was trying to start. Flipping X, Scott. You had to steal my thunder there, didn't you?
Listen, I'm just not listening. Whenever you said earlier,
stop listening. He said then. That's what most people do anyway. To be fair, mate.
Let me just clarify this comment. No one said he hasn't been poor. We've all been calling him out all season. We're saying Jesse clearly had an impact on Rodrigo because we're seeing a different player now. So I'm not quite sure what you're getting at, Steve, really, with that one.
Steve, I've been calling for Rodrigo all season, and I've been getting pelters for calling for Rodrigo. Like on live watch-alongs, flat out calling him other tripe, sell him for free. I was saying, I think at one point I said, you know what? I would just give him away to someone, just give him away. But
you also said that
player turns it around and they change their attitude.
Scott,
yes.
Hang on a second.
Yes.
You also said that about Rafinha. You're trying to just hope we all forgot about that when you said that about Rafinha.
What about Rafinha?
You said, I'll give him away. It was something along those lines, you said.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, you did say it. I'll find it if you have to. You said that at some point.
I tell you what, though. I think we should have... If we go down, I'm going to be going, we should have took the 50 million in January.
Well, it's not going to happen, Scott. It's not.
No. I don't think we are now.
That's massive tonight. It really is. And it's not only massive for us, it's massive in a different way for Watford and Burnley, because heads will go down after the results of the last 2 nights at those clubs. They have to. They have to. Seeing Everton win in the 193rd minute or whatever it was by the time they'd released numbnuts off the post. And then we go and obviously score an injury time tonight to take 3 points. That's got to affect those teams below us mentally. Even Everton a little bit will be like, Jesus Christ. Do you know what I mean? So it's not just us that this affects. We get the confidence boost, but others will take a bit of a confidence hit from that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, exactly. And it's just the good thing is now, we go into that Southampton game, all of a sudden we're looking at our centre-backs and saying, Cresswell's had come back off a really good game. Cox's an option. Llorente's an option. Struijk's an option. All these different players. You then look at the midfield, because we know Marsch likes a midfield too. All of a sudden, it's not just Click and Forshaw. You've got Phillips in the equation. You've got Koch, who can actually, we've seen last couple of games, he can play in that position if needed as well. Yes, we might have Rafinha back as well. Well, hopefully, I'm pretty sure we would have Rafinha back if it is COVID and he recovers as expected. Brilliant. We'll have Rafinha back in the team. Well, look, we'll see what the situation is with Bamford. That was the toughest bit of the night, was obviously seeing Bamford on the bench, and brilliant for him to see us get that win. Let's hope that's not.
Wasn't he?
Yeah, he was
on the bench.
I think everyone was. He's just not had a break all season, really. He's not had a break all season. He just hasn't been able to put on. What's that, mate?
He's had a break in his foot.
Well, that's Oh, that's it. That's
to be fair, mate, I was falling out with so-called fans on Facebook when he went off, who were absolutely berating the lad. Oh, Bamford, get rid, he's useless. I'm like, the kid can't help getting injured, and he's devastated because he can't.
What's that? What people were saying?
Yeah. Get rid of him, he's shit. Blah blah blah. I'm like,
comments were pretty bad when he went off.
Dear me.
Honestly, mate, I couldn't believe what I was seeing. And but look, Jesse's come out and said at full time he doesn't think it's serious, as with the rest of the players. Paddy was just upset because he really wants to be on the pitch and helping the team. So,
but there's another option, Chris. 𝐃𝐄, it's another option. Yeah, we've scored 3 goals without Bamford and Rafinha. You know, obviously Calvin's come back in. This is it. I know the squad depth has been probably the biggest talking point all season has been around squad depth. You know, even before we talk about Bielsa, Jesse Marsch, individual players, the squad depth's been the big thing that's been mentioned. Obviously, you know, people like Brendan Aronson have been mentioned, Lewis O'Brien in that midfield. But all of a sudden, you look at it and say, Adam Forshaw. Yeah, I think a lot of people were saying Adam Forshaw was poor in the first half, but I didn't see that. I didn't think Adam Forshaw did anything wrong. I just thought he grew into the game more and more. Yeah. That pass, by the way, he played into Jack Harrison for the Dan James chance. You know, Thiago did that. Thiago Alcantara for Liverpool did that. Great pass. Don't get me wrong. Great pass. But it's the same kind of motion that he's done. Adam Forshaw didn't get half the praise. I'm not saying Adam Forshaw's better than Thiago Alcantara, but I'm just saying that this is it. Because his name's Adam Forshaw, he's kind of not getting the same. He's playing for Leeds United. He's not kind of getting the same praise. But I thought Adam Forshaw grew into the game. He was steady first half. I think John Smith has said. And I thought he was really, really influential in the second half, to be fair. Duncan, don't use the word roster. Use the word
roster.
Jesse uses the word roster, doesn't he? He does use the word roster.
What is this, AEW? What the hell? But this is not All Elite Wrestling. Don't use the word roster.
But, I think the other thing that's helping Rodrigo is he's being allowed to be a forward player because of the double pivot behind him. So he's got the freedom to go and find some space and not track his man and all the rest of it, you know. And it suits him, and it suits a number of our players better. Yes, there's still elements of Bielsa ball in there, and that's been ingrained in a lot of these players for 2-3 seasons now. So it's going to take time for the adjustment to fully happen, and we won't lose it all because a lot of Jesse's principles are very similar to Marcelo's, which is part of the reason he was identified as a replacement. So I just see this as only good things to come with Jesse Marsch. I really do.
I know. I've checked it. Then
shut the door, Scott. Check again. Go on. What? Go on. Check it. Hey. And he's drinking. I've said this before, Chris, but he's drinking the world's worst lager as well, Foster's. But it doesn't matter. We won the game. It's not. I mean, Carlsberg might want to have a say about that.
I said all the time. I only drink Carlsberg because it makes me feel like I'm at Elland Road. That's it.
That's fair. Okay. Whatever floats your boat, Mr. Wilson.
They don't sell it anymore, do they? They don't sell it. Certainly not in Billy's. It's Beer Moretti and Amstel now. We're Premier League, aren't we?
Fancy pants. Yeah. Get up in the John Charles.
Amstel.
I'm just buzzing. And as I think's been said before, we're at the results end of the league of the season now, and Jesse's been brought in, and he said straight away his first protocol is to get results, and he's got 6 points out of 12 since he came in. I think we'd have all taken that if we'd have been asked. You'll get 6 points out of the first 4 games. I think we'd have all gone. That's a fair return. You know, take 4 to 6 points.
Oh, dear me. Yes, is the answer to that question. Probably not. I have.
And all the weirdos are coming out at this time. We're going on a bit late. It's nearly midnight. All the weirdos are coming out.
They were like, can I just read this other comment? Like, actually from the same person, to be fair. Chris, my friend, says, I have to tell you that you look like David Baddiel. Anyway,
back
yes,
to football.
the answer to that question is yes, but probably not particularly well. You know.
You enjoyed it, mate.
We'll leave it there.
You had fun, so who cares?
Yeah.
That's it, yeah. Oh, that's typical alpha male Chris over there.
Fuck everyone else, mate. As long as you enjoyed it.
That's it, isn't it? You know what I mean? I saw the comment coming out thinking,
what has just happened?
Deary me. Anyway.
Yeah,
So
get us back on track here.
What are you saying for the next couple of games then? What do you reckon?
Oh, jeez.
I think we'll win our next two. I think we get a draw against Chelsea, and then beat Palace. I see if we can just keep growing and improving upon what we just done in that second half tonight. And I don't care if they were down to 10 men. I genuinely believe the way we played that second half, we're beating a team with 11 men. I'm too scared to say anything because I don't want to jinx it. But I can, if we keep growing and improving, I can see us taking quite a few more points than we expect right now. I'll say that. That's democratic.
Due to the result tonight, I think 4 to 6 points out the next two is a really good return. On top of that, and probably almost sees us safe. I think 6 more points sees us safe now. And all of a sudden, from it, when that equaliser went in against Norwich for Norwich, me going, I don't see us getting another 9 points this season. Now we're just like, we only really need another 6 all of a sudden, and I didn't see us getting 12 points when that one went in. Now we only need another 6. It just feels a lot more comfortable, and I think the more points we get, the more the players will relax.
Just carry on, Chris. I mean, I'm absolutely battered in these comments here, man. I love life's coming in. I look like this guy. I look like that guy. I mean, I don't know whether to show this comment or not, but it did make me laugh.
Sure, just do it.
Yeah, man. Show it. You know what? It's who cares? What?
Oh God! It's too late for this shit. Oh,
as long as you had fun, mate.
we need to round this up.
As we say, family friendly. We always like to
Anthony Deck,
Anthony Deck's love child.
I was getting fascinated in these comments. Jesus.
Oh my God.
Right, stop.
You've not even seen that last one.
Oh my God. Right. No more. I can't cope.
Jeez.
Where were we? What were we talking about?
I don't know.
That might love life by the sounds of things.
This isn't Grinder. This isn't.
What?
How come I chose to support Leeds? Do you have family links? Do you want me to answer that?
That's a fair one, isn't it?
Yeah, someone's just asked that.
This is it, man. Joe knows.
At least he's manscaped. What's that mean? You shave your chest?
Right, Scott, do not flash that last comment, to be fair. Don't flash that.
I'm not here. I'm not touching any comments.
I'm taking sure that was a bit much, that.
I think we're saving some money because we don't necessarily need a second choice keeper anymore. Thought Clyson was superb when he came out. He's got some boot on him as well, actually. He put one like nearly in their area with just a nice clearance. I love seeing the goalkeeper when it's, we're hanging on at the end, or not hanging on. I don't think we were really hanging on, were we? But when it's panic mode, just put your foot through it. It's one criticism. I do have a VLAN at times that I don't think he's got a proper long kick in him.
He had quite good distribution tonight, I thought.
Yeah, definitely better, mate. Going long more as well. I think he's getting more confident with it. Really, the way he impacted the ground in that challenge looked horrible. I think his head bounced off the turf.
Yeah.
So it wasn't nice, but by the sounds of it, again, he was up for a fight on the bench as well. So I think he's okay. Clicky's all over Instagram with his blown up face, so he's all right. Anyone else seen Rafa's Instagram stories tonight?
Oh shit! No, I haven't looked at it yet.
Mate, they're brilliant. He sat watching it in Portuguese or whatever they speak in, Brazil or whatever it is, and he's just screaming at the TV when like Rodrigo scores and then Ayling scores at just before the end. He's getting very, very overexcited. Bless him.
Love that.
Oh, I need to watch it.
Even Pablo put something out watching the game, so that was nice to see.
I'm really glad, guys. We moved on that conversation of my inability to satisfy people. That's. I'm really, really glad we moved.
Don't bring them back into it, Oscar. Just carry on. Football.
Oh, anyway.
What about that sending off? For me, Jimenez should have already gone. I thought his first challenge was borderline red on Robin Koch. I really did. He studs up and rattled into I think his studs actually missed him, to be fair. But I thought that was a naughty challenge. But Carragher and Neville, as usual, saying, he's a bit unlucky to get sent off. Where's he meant to go? It's tough. If it's the other way around, Mellier's gone. If Jimenez beats him to the ball. So it's a second yellow. I'm not quite sure. It might seem harsh because it's a coming together of bodies, but at the end of the day, you don't get to the ball, you run the risk. And I think he was pretty lucky to be on the pitch anyway. And he's in a complete shithouse. I can't stand him as well, so I'm glad he went.
Yeah, no, I agree. He knew what he was doing. For me, he knew what he was doing. Just slowed down, just to make sure he made contact with Meslier. For me, Wolves fans might disagree with it. Yeah, I don't know. I thought he knew what he was doing. In all honesty,
fair shout as well from people about the challenge on Dallas. That was really naughty.
Yeah, it's nasty. That.
Yes.
Yeah, well, it was. I think I agree with Hannah here. It was definitely a red for me, that challenge on Dallas. Yeah, no doubt about it.
There's no denying that Wolves completely lost their heads in that second half.
Yeah, they did.
And
this season's pretty much done now. Wolves, in all honesty, they can't really get Europe now, and I think they knew it really. You saw the way the bench reacted, and I know you were saying before about obviously the bench clashed, but I don't even think our bench necessarily will have wound them up. I just think they wind themselves up. Wolves. You see like Cody and that lot. Obviously, he was giving it the big one after that Everton game. I don't know if you saw a message he sent to someone saying that Everton was shite. I think were his exact words, and you're thinking. Oh no, Nigel.
We're back to this.
All the stuff I have taken today, right? All the stick I've taken, I am drawing the line now. I am drawing the line at that.
There's only one person who looks like Phil Neville in the world, and that's Phil Neville.
Phil Neville, I don't even. Oh, that's, to be fair, you can have a go at everything else about me, but that's below the belt, that man. Nigel, come on, man. Come on, Nigel.
I thought the referee actually handled the game really well tonight. We give refs a lot of stick a lot of the time, but I thought he actually reffed that game quite well tonight because there was a lot of challenges flying in and all the rest of it, and I think he handled the occasion quite well. So, plus we won. So, but I'll give Ross that one.
Right, Henry.
I'll take that. To be fair,
Alan Partridge, right?
You don't know who Alan Partridge is, Scott?
Alan Partridge?
Yeah.
Is he in a pear tree? Jeez. Alan Partridge in a pear tree.
I'm the only one getting sick out of those three. And this guy doesn't even know who Alan Partridge is.
Yeah, of course I know who Alan Partridge is. He used to be a bloody radio presenter. I know who Alan Partridge is.
Anyway.
There's Ted Garn.
So let me just flash his comment up. Off Ted. Hang on a second. That was fine.
Can I just say, Henry? I know you're asking about why I became a Leeds supporter. I've actually wrote it in the comments. Just look for Newton Abbey Santa in there, and there he goes.
Hang on, Scott. Just answer the question first.
What question?
Why are you a Leeds fan?
Oh no, I've wrote it in the comments, sir. Just so they
we don't want to write in the comments. People aren't reading it just for the comments.
So
basically, there's 393 people watching this, and you're refusing to give an answer. Come on.
Well, if there's 393 people watching this, do you know what they need to do, Oscar? Smash the like.
What a lovely little transition that was. But still, I'm
love that. Yeah, so in Northern Ireland, you pretty much grew up supporting three teams. You support your local, you support a Scottish team, and an English team. So obviously, my family are all Linfield, Rangers, and Leeds. But my grandfather was originally a Chelsea fan, who then decided to be a glory hunter in the 70s. So then my father was raised as a Leeds fan, and I was born and raised as a Leeds fan. There you go. That's how it is. I didn't choose Leeds. Leeds chose me.
So we've established there, Chris, that Scott's a bit of a glory hunter.
Well, I'm not going to lie. He's supporting the wrong bleeding team then.
Well, here at least Rangers are doing well in Europe. That's all I'm saying.
That's true.
Rangers, Barcelona for the Europa League final. Telling you.
Wow.
Matt, I think Scott's support of Rangers is quite depends on the old bit of a fair weather fan when it comes to Rangers.
Depends on the match.
Anyway.
I'm a really big Rangers fan when we play Celtic. That's about it.
There's a massive contingent over in Ireland and Northern Ireland anyway, isn't there? It's really well supported over there. Obviously, with some of the Irish players we've had in our history, all through the years, from the Revy years and ever since, really, we've always had Irish or Northern Irish players in and around the squad. We've obviously got Stewie D now, who's quickly motoring up the amount of appearances. I think he levelled Lucas Radaby tonight with that appearance.
Yes, 267 appearances, level with the Chief himself.
Yeah, so I
he's obviously going to break that record.
I hope Stuart hits the 300 mark. I think, when he first came in, I was like, who is this halfwit who can't? He's a winger who can't beat a player. And, he got Bielsa, and he's been some player ever since, hasn't he? So,
I was going to say something now.
You plonker.
People probably already know this, but if I do say
Uncle Albert, then.
If I do say so much this, I was about to say that. Uncle Albert. Uncle Albert. Just please, Scott, just say during the war. Please, just say during the war. During the war. Just do it, please. Just please, man.
During the war.
There we go. My family does nickname me Rodney, to be fair, because I'm like 5-6 inches taller than like the next tallest person in the family. I do get the nickname Rodney. So there we go.
This is all completely over my head.
You're not telling me now you don't know what Only Fools and Horses is?
What?
He's winding you up, Oscar.
Oscar, normally you're the one doing the fishing and the piss taking, but
Yeah.
right now, like, Only Fools and Horses.
I would make a good Rodney.
Pastime.
I do agree that I would make a good Rodney. Anyway, cheers for that, Cloud Dizzle. Anyway, that's a really lovely comment. That I'll make a good Rodney.
I can't believe there's Torn fans in the chat. Get away on.
So right, what's the next discussion going to be? Yeah, who's going to bash me next time then?
I tell you what, we can enjoy a weekend, a full weekend now.
Yeah.
Knowing Leeds United have won a game, we can just chill out.
Especially, let's be honest. See, after Everton beating Newcastle last night, and I know they had help from the fella at the post because he didn't want people fighting over bread at Morrison's. Has anyone seen his TikTok?
What the fuck are you going on about now?
The fella getting cable tied on the.
What's that got to do with Morrison's?
Have you not seen his TikTok video? He posted a TikTok video explaining why he was doing what he was doing. And I just stopped watching. He started going on about fuel crisis and all this here. And then he said people are fighting over loaves of bread and Morrison's. And I just went, I'm not watching.
Fuel prices.
He was protesting the use of oil.
Yeah.
With plastic zip ties wrapped around him, which are predominantly made from oil.
Can we point out he was a mechanical engineer student?
Yeah, he was, yeah. Or is. He's not died. He is a mechanical engineering student.
Here's Sexy Lorraine from Beeston wants to bash you, Oscar.
Hey, Oscar. She's a goer as well, mate. Yeah.
You may want to double bag it, though.
Stop. Scott,
listen here, it's 12:10.
Just that step too far.
Mate, it's 12:10. What are we still doing up? Like, we're sitting here as if we've just won the league.
Let me just find what it was.
Getting to bed. Put YouTube on.
Mark Jones. I will leave my number at the end of this. At the end of the chat, anyway. What? Hang on. What bloke? What? Henry Leach? What bloke?
A really open-ended statement. I like it. Any bloke.
Any bloke.
Like a bloke. Proper
I'm
man.
sorry, but these comments are starting. Folks, this isn't Babe Station. Oscar's not like we're not going to go to
if that's the route we're heading down, I'm logging off because I'm having.
As I keep saying, Scott, this is supposed to be a family-friendly job.
If there's any family people up at this time of night, they need their heads checked.
Oh, we're still watching this stream as well. Still watching this stream.
I can't believe we've managed to retain over 300 people watching this.
For fuck's sake, I've just seen that comment as well.
Steve Bond, what's Babe Station? Is Babe Station not a thing anymore?
I don't know what it is.
We used to watch it after a night out just for the crack.
Never idea. Just for the crack.
Dear me. I love the way it's just me now. Chris is still there. Chris is just.
I can't cope. Well, it's cheered me up because I've been fuming all day.
Has it, Chris? Has my love life cheered you up?
Well, football, but this has helped as well.
Oh my god! These comments, right? We'll have to round this up. We'll have to round this up. People are getting way too frisky.
So,
like,
yeah. That's right. Stop. Yeah. Stop.
I tell you what, if you want Oscar to run his fingers through his hair, you have to pay a £10 super chat.
Let's not encourage it, Scott. Let's not
encourage £10 super chat, and he'll run his fingers through his hair.
So, my roundup is everyone have a great weekend. Leeds won. The season all of a sudden looks a lot brighter. I think we can be, if we carry on in this vein of form for the next 2-3 games, we can be very much sitting here saying, thank God for that. Let's get the season done. Let's see what Jesse and the team do in the window. Good to see Charlie get some game time tonight. Superb. Rodrigo showing us what kind of player he actually is now. Lots of positives. Jesse Marsch's Barmy Army.
Jesse Marsch's Barmy Army.
Can I just respond to this, though? Hang on, not this.
I know what you're looking for.
I don't have an OnlyFans link, but I do have an OnlyCans link. Way! No effects. No effects.
No.
I just can't. That's shocking. That is shocking behaviour, Oscar.
That's really poor banter, that, Oscar. Really poor. That's 12 in the morning banter.
Yeah, I'm tired though, Adam.
Just take name laugh.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, Henry's right. In fact, you should have just ended the stream right there, to be fair.
Yeah,
that's
a bit late now. It's just
that's a low point. It's a low point in all TV history.
Although I need to go count the calories I've consumed tonight, Chris, so I can input it in the wee thing.
Make sure you include all that lager.
Here, I've done. Oh shit!
We've seen your fridge.
I done loads and loads of steps today because I was working in the garden. I done like loads.
So
I'm knackered.
Mate,
I think we're all done.
Good exercise working in the garden, mate. It's a decent full body workout. That trudging shit about.
It's good exercise watching that game.
Here it was. A third goal, mate. Sure, went 1,000 calories
just from a heartbeat being at God knows what.
Dear me. Anyway, guys, let's leave it there. Yeah, we've got the win. 29 points. Let's just before we finish, though, how many points do you reckon we need now? Quick fire, Scott.
6. Yeah.
6.
Once we get 35 points, that's it.
35 from Chris as well.
Yeah.
What about you?
I tend to agree. And yes, this is your opportunity, Chris. Are you a personal trainer?
I am indeed. And I include having these two on the books right now.
He's very good. He's very good.
He is.
He only beats you maybe 2 or 3 times a week.
And read into that what you will. It's all about motivation. But yes, I am a personal trainer. I do online PT coaching, so it's available to anyone, anywhere in the world, basically. It's all done online via an app, and yeah, and you know we've had Phil from All Leeds TV. He's dropped over a stone in 5 weeks, getting ready for holiday. And I think everyone can attest that you don't have to just eat lettuce and kale. You can very much still have a beer. You can very much still eat what you want. It's just all in moderation. And I structure it all for you, and off you go.
I think I've lost about a stone from I started.
There you go.
Do I have?
Oscar's
still fat shape, but it'll take time.
Oscar's knocking minutes off his PBs for his running.
Oscar's starting to get a wee bit built, isn't he?
I'm going to have Oscar stacked. Give me 12 months with Oscar.
Plastic bottle of Coke.
Give me 12 months with Oscar. I'm going to have him absolutely shredded.
Aye, they'll not be asking you if you've kissed a girl then, will they?
No, he won't be on any streams, mate. He'll be too busy out. Just like,
that's it.
He'll
be out there kissing girls.
Right, end the stream. Let's end the stream there. Quickly end that stream so people have stopped watching at this point. They haven't. Oh, guys, we hope we've made you laugh. That's the main thing. We hope we've made you laugh.
It's been a while since we've all been this happy of a result, hasn't it?
What does that even mean? What does that even mean? Your eyebrows look hench.
Mate, his eyebrow press is strong.
It is. Tell you what. Right. Anyway, guys, let's leave it there. Oh, legends! Hit that like button if you haven't done already. Hit that subscribe button as well. We are pushing to 25k. Jesse Marsch's Barmy Army. We'll leave it there, guys. Thanks very much for watching. See you later.